Good afternoon, everyone. This is definitely not Bob Ross, and we're back again with the unboxing of Sanguinius, the Primarch of the Blood Angels. This is a new model that forgeworld has just released, and I received my copy of it a few days ago. I just haven't gotten around to opening it up and really having a look at it. So, without further ado, I thought I'd share this experience with the internet. What we've got here is just the regular forgeworld box for the Horse Heresy series. It goes with this like really classy sort of box, cardboard, nothing fancy, but it just looks really nice and feels really nice actually. Has the what's on there, Sanguinius Primarch of Blood Angels, and it's just not a toy. And the reason they do that is for import stuff. This guy here is just a regular old plastic or cardboard box, nothing fancy about this guy. It just contains the scenery base for the model. So let's go ahead and get started here, because this is a very cool model and I'm excited to see it. So inside the box we've got the instructions for Sanguinius. So we have this appears to be just the model and of course his action pose base with his sword. So the model does require a little bit of finagling, because you have to change this here. You have to add a magnet on there, so if you want to switch between this pose and the scenery base, they're separate pieces. So the other thing is this hand here needs to come off as well, because he needs to be holding onto the demon's horn. So inside what we've got is just the basic what's in the box, and of course build instructions. Starts with green with the parts that are not attached to each other. So this is basically the main body, and then what you're starting with, and then you're attaching these bits here, and so on and so forth, the arm bits, and of course the wings, which look magnificent, and spear. You have to sort of choose, but I'm going to find a way to magnetize these on there so I can swap between the two. Very cool. Some of the earlier Horse Heresy series stuff did not come with the instructions, which makes it very, very difficult. What we've got here is just the two boxes this guy comes in. So let's start with the bigger one here. Let's just see what's inside this guy. These Horse Heresy boxes can be a bit tricky. There we go. So it comes with these nice foam protectors, so this stuff's not just bouncing around inside there. That's nice. I usually keep them and use them as like painting dabbers, so I'll load up some paint on these things, then just dab them on if I want that sponge look. Yeah, it works out perfect actually. Inside here we've got the spear, which is very, very cool. And the other one here is the sword, which is also very, very cool. So the sword has some pretty amazing detail on it. So you can see there's it wraps around his hand. It's very, very cool, and it's definitely like actually see-through. Like they've done really well with that, so that's pretty cool. The main body of him, there it is. So he's got his bits and whatnot. So the other cool stuff is really, really high detail. Like you can see the heart and stuff like that, and you can see quite a bit of detail on his leg as well. There's the Blood Angel symbol. He's got scales on his leg as well, which is pretty insane. So that's pretty cool. There's some scales on the armor as well. You can see that. So got a big cloak that he's wearing as well. Looks like that's already ready to pop off there. Got with the piece of rock, I'm assuming this piece probably just slides in there and attaches that way. Actually, you know, the thing is actually quite slippery. I'll have to look quite a bit of mold release on this guy. There's the leg. Again, not without some like crazy cool details all over it. Got like the stylized embossment and stuff like that. That is very cool. Some tassels, just for his armor, I assume. Oh, it's labeled as well. That's nice. Sometimes they don't label them. as well. This is quite new. So there's the left arm. It's got the cat on there. So the first issue I can see here, I'm not sure how well that's coming up on camera because it's just gray, but the teeth are not separated, so I'm going to have to scrape out the mold a bit, and so the fangs are showing up in the cat's mouth. It appears to be the other arm. Yeah, just the regular base for the Primarchs. Some of them come on these ones here for both of the scenery. So you're putting this on here, and this slides into the scenery base. Got the pauldron and what appears to be a melta pistol of some kind. That's kind of cool. And of course more tassels. And there is his head. That is very cool. It looks like some sort of statue by, like a Michelangelo or something like that, like a famous painting or something. It's just insane the amount of detail. That is really, really quite something. Oops. We've got just some random bits. Looks like a wreath and I'm not sure what that is. It's a shield of some kind, probably for the armor or something. And of course we've got the hilt of his dagger and the one hand you have to magnetize, and the back plate for his armor. All cool stuff. Really cool. That appears to be it. More foam units. Keep it safe. Okay, let's put this guy back together. Let's just put all this stuff back in there. In the second box here, we've got a little instruction guide, it looks like, and whoever packed it, it's right there, they checked on it. It's back in January. It was like the 1st of February, sorry? Yeah, that's cool. And of course, they have some instructions on how to glue them together, model them, fix some imperfections here and there. So yeah, they got green stuff. So I'm not sure if we've ever built a Forge World model, but quite often they need a little bit of green stuff to patch parts of the model. And of course they warm water to bend the models back into place. So they start off like this, and you can bend them the right way. And of course they're propping up their paint range as well. So I think just in here, yeah, we've got, oh wow, that is something else. Those wings are, that's like really cool. Quite a high amount of detail, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, it's going to be quite challenging to paint, to make sure the nooks and crannies, and same with this one. Jesus, that is just something else. You can actually see the individual feather strands, I guess. Yeah, it's just insane. That is going to be a challenge to make look really nice. Yikes. Alright. Let's go ahead and see what's in that second box now. Alright, so the secondary box, just what we talked about, just up this side here, so just pull on the tab. Quite often those sides, I finally work those off. So inside we've got, looks like one box, and some instructions on how to use that. We'll do that in a sec. And a second box with just the base in it. So this is the main portion of the scenery base. Jesus, it's really hard to open. Yeah, just the big piece of the scenery, and that is very, very cool. So this goes on that that giant base that's right there. I'll just sit on that, and then the actual model itself space will slide in right there and just tuck underneath there. That'll look really, really neat. So yeah, the demon will probably sit right here, maybe. Looks like it anyway. Yeah, look, there's a big gap right here, right where the demon sits. By the way, very, very cool. Inside the second box, we've got another painting guide, it looks like, and also who was checked by, or when it was checked. same thing. Yeah, so just same as the other one. Now, here's the nitty gritty. What do we got here? Looks like something broke and they put a little baggie for me. That's nice. Of course, we've got these bits of like looks like metal that's like sort of molten and charred and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. Got one of his arms and then the demon base. Some like cool like sigils and stuff that's like in it, and there's like veins going into the bits there. That's pretty cool. And we've got the back side of the scenic base. This thing will just enclose the whole thing and make it look really, really cool and complete. Just got a hole there. I'm assuming some of this stuff here, probably not these ones, but some of this stuff here will just go inside there and just stick up like that. That'll look really, really cool. Probably one of these things. The little rusty sort of knife bits or whatever. That's pretty cool. There's the main body of the demon. Wow, that is something else. Look at that. Spikes coming out of his chest and on his back here and his arm. Well, that's really cool. Yeah, that's going to look pretty neat when it's done. There's one of his legs. I assume that was supposed to be attached there. Yeah, it broke off in transit. Not a big deal. Pretty cool, though. Pretty cool. Inside here, we got the other arm. It looks like some sort of claw. That's really, really cool, actually. Wow. More of the iron bits and whatnot. It's really sweet. Got another leg. Again with the etching inside of him. That's pretty awesome because it's actually like almost got like a lip onto it. Like that is really, that's insane how they did that. That's really cool. Got a little tail here. Some spots for like spiky bits or something. Aha. So this will hold probably this one right here. Yeah, it'll probably fit that just right inside there. That'll look really, really neat. And what else we got here? Some armor for the demon, like maybe some extra claws. That's really neat. It looks like there's some sort of random rock or something. Weird that it's separate. This is the horn for the demon, so this is what Sanguinius is holding on to, and I'm going to cut this little nib off and magnetize this so I can change the pose if I wish. Got a giant piece of that sort of rusty rotten iron. That is really cool. Yeah, it's pretty intense. And then just some more random rocks. Very strange that they're separate. Oh, that is cool. That is the demon's head. It's got some more of that like deep crevice in there, and there's he attaches his horn to this side here where he's holding on to. That is really neat. Well, that appears to be it for this thing here. Except for, of course, the same thing as before. Got the instructions of what else is supposed to be in there, all those bits and whatnot. And of course how it goes together, the green bits follow along. So you use the main body and then attach those bits to it. There's it's got the head turned completely sideways. That is really neat. So there's the tail. Okay, so there's no like spiky bits, but there's that demon plate that goes there. And yeah, so there's those iron bits coming out of that ground piece on the rear side of the base, the one that holds it all together. And there's that piece we saw before where those parts will go inside there. All in all, I think this looks pretty cool. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a challenge. I'd say the hardest part is going to be the non-metallic metal for the the gold. I don't really like doing the metallic gold because I find the consistency of the color doesn't look the greatest. I don't know, maybe it's just the way I do it, but it's going to be a challenge either way. Some examples of my non-temp mill can be seen on my Instagram. It's just definitely not Bob Ross. Search for me on there, or you know, go ahead and watch me on Twitch, twitch.tv/definitely.bobross. Link will be in the description down below, and if you liked the video, go ahead and hit that like button, and also give me a subscribe if you want to follow along. I'll be painting this guy and posting the updates on here as well as other models I'll be completing along the way. Currently I'm working on a Custodes Dreadnought, which should be pretty cool. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, and hope you have a great day, and again, happy gaming, and go ahead and kill some chaos.